Molly from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Kajun Roots, Johnny understands. Johnny understands. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. I say, I say, I say. Who says I say, I say? Johnny says I say, I say. When everyone says no, Johnny say yes. Special man. First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man, see the special man. You got the dollars, make me an offer. New England Cajun Roots, Johnny understands. Johnny understands. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man. Let him have it with no problem. See the special man.
Hello, hello, good morning, and welcome on this TGIF. And I want to first say, if you know, or for those who may remember, Nate, every day I'm hustling, today would have been his birthday. And before we get started, I have a chair dance to do. Thank you so much, Buffalo Picker, and let me know that we are not going to have our show this Sunday. And just to let everybody know, Buffalo Picker does the Defend the Hustle every Sunday at 7:30 on the last Sunday of each month. I am one of his co-hosts. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. And this is for you.
The dollars. Let me have it, please. I got the dollars.
Let him have.
You got the dollars? We got the offer? Let him have it. With no problem. Let him have it.
Thank you so much, Tommy. And first in the chat, also tomorrow is Lady Emily's birthday tomorrow. If y'all know who she is and y'all see her around in the chats this weekend, tomorrow is her birthday. First in the chat was Alan. Hello, good morning, and welcome. And I love the quote that you did earlier. Let's see. We can do it. I like that. And Regina, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Angela, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Miss Denise, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And there's Tommy, Buffalo Picker. Hello, good morning, and welcome, Tommy. And thank you for being here. Hope you're having a good, and stay warm this weekend. Stay indoor. Don't go out there with all that storm coming. Hasn't started yet, not here. And there's Robert, Chrissy, and Stacy. If you haven't met Robert before, there's my husband, Robert. He's usually off every other Friday, but he's been working. So he's off today. He's going to be at home. So he's working and lurking upstairs. So that is Robert. Let's see, who else? Little Debbie, hello, good morning, and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. I don't think you've been in the chat when he's here. Let's see. Am I in the wrong chat? Hold on a second. Was I typing in my chat? Yep. Nope. That's right. Interesting. Oh, that's Facebook. Okay. Duh. Yeah, I'm also live on Facebook. I just realized Let's see. Beth, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. And there's Chrissy and Stacy. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Let's see who else is here. Claudette, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Jennifer, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. And Annette, hello, good morning and welcome. It's good to see you again. How are you doing? And Beth, how are you doing this morning? Good to see you as well. Let's see. Everybody's chit-chatting back and forth. Just remember, everybody, the Defend the Hustle will be canceled this Sunday due to the bad weather. Auntie Mama, hello, good morning and welcome. Baking autumn cakes this weekend. You've been busy. Hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing this morning? Welcome each and every one of you. All right, just a couple of updates. Today, I had a last minute email come in yesterday. So today I will be on with Dawn's Deals with Teresa Yarnigan. Their guest canceled and she asked if I wanted to be on there, if I would be able to be on there. And because I have really nothing planned for this afternoon, I will be on with Dawn's Deals today at 3 o'clock. Also, next Tuesday, I will be on with on Janit's channel with Mark and Janit's with the Friends Selling with Friends. That's at 1:30. Don't forget, next Saturday, the 27th, will be our reseller community shop hop train sale. And if you would like to be on the reseller train for February 28th, please make sure to email me because I do have 4 spots left for the February 28th show lineup. There's 12 resellers. Mona, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Everybody's saying hello to each other. And then next Sunday, not this Sunday, but next, the 1st of February, I will be on with Mark and Mike of Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale, which is always the first Sunday of each month. And I'm going to be very busy next month with a lot of auctions. I guest on other channels next month. So be on the lookout for that as well. I think that's everything caught up on what's going on. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our show that we usually do every Friday. Got to get her up and going. I hear that, little Debbie. Jay, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. It's me, Angie. Hello, good morning and welcome, Angie. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, and as we do every Friday, I do have some people who sent in some items of things that sold. Remember, you can send it in your links to items that you sold on any platform. In the email, make sure you give me the link to the item that sold. And if you're not sure how to do that, just send me a screenshot from the platform it sold on so I can find it. And you're going to send it to CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com. And when you send it, make sure you have that link or a screenshot from the platform it sold on. How much you bought it for, where did you buy it, if you know how long it took to sell. And if you took an offer, what was that offer for? And that'll be every Friday. Make sure it's in my inbox before 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that'll be every Friday. You can start sending it in today if you choose to. And I do star everyone I get, so I'll have it ready for the show on Friday morning. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our program for the day. And that is, would you buy it or would you leave it? So let's get into today's show.
It's time for everybody's favorite segment where we ask,
Would you buy it or would you leave it?
the game show that asks, when you're out and about sourcing, would you buy it for resale? How much you would pay for it? Or would you leave it? And now the host of Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It, Johnny Cajun Roots Reseller.
And Jeffrey, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Hope you're feeling better. And Cheryl, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, let me go ahead and add my screen. Our first item is brought to you by Ella, saved here first. This item was sold on her Posh Closet. And we're going to get started. This is a Disney, official Disney's, and I'm basically what she called it in her listing, orange and cream color plush tiger. It is Disney's official cuddle big plush, super soft and huggable, originally from the Disney official Disney store. Show you the pictures. It doesn't say how big this is. So it doesn't say, but it looks pretty big. And let's see here. Here's all her pictures. This was sent in by Ella, saved here first. Let's see here. 20, looks like 24 inches long. All right, would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Yes, I know. Look, Jeffrey, you got to tell me twice. I'll be indoor, not outdoor this weekend. Yeah, I got the batteries charged up for the snowblower already. And Claudette says I'd pay full for it and sell it for $32. Thrifty Pickers, hello, Amber. How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Angela says I'd pay $2 for it and sell it for $28. How have you been? Miss Denise says I'd pick it up for $3 and sell it for $28. Ashley, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Did this Coke? Yeah, this came from Ella. Yeah, this is Ella's entry. She sent me. It's off of Ella's Posh Closet. Let's see. Robert says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $20. I'm assuming. Yep, $20. Stephanie, hello, good morning and welcome. Buy it and keep it because I love Tigger. I hear that. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing today? Jeffrey says I'd pick this up for $5 and sell it for $50. Yeah, this did come from Ella. Yep. Amber says I'd pay $1 for it and sell it for $45. Regina says I'd pick this up for $3 and sell it for $35. Glamours, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? And Glamours item is coming up right after this one. She even sent one in for the day. Glamour says buy it and give it to the glam babies. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Jennifer's dropping links for everyone. She said I have a bunch of thrift Tigger stuff. I was going to buy it, LOL, but however, 10 and the 40. Yes, she had this on one of her auctions and nobody bought it, so she listed it. She told me that in her email. Well, y'all know Ella gets a lot of her stuff, most every bit of her stuff, in pallets. So as far as the cost of it, that's really not easy to say because she gets so many different pallets. So anywho, she did bring this to auction on her all. She offered it. Did bring it to her auction, offered $15. Nobody bid on it, so she listed it on Poshmark for $25. But she took an offer, and she sold it for $20. $20. All right, our next item came in from Glamour's Closet on her Posh Closet. Let me get to that tab. Glamour's right here. All right, let's go to her item. This item is vintage 1970s ivory polyester suit, size 10. Size 10. It does have high waist, button and zipper, not aligned. Here's the pictures. There's the tag. Size 10. Of Boston. Ooh. Union made. US of A. So would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy this, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? All right, that's all the pictures. Let's go back to the main one. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Claudette says, Robert says he would leave it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Go back up. She's fast. Oh, yeah. Ellen, hello, good afternoon and welcome. I know that she just came back. Johnny and everyone, hope everybody's staying warm. Yeah, you're right about that one. All right, now I can go back down this way. Yeah, Robert says leave it. Claudette says I'd pay for $6 and sell it for $54. Mona says I would leave it. Not a fan of polyester. Regina says I'd pick this up for $5 and sell it for $65. Ms. Denise says I'd pick it up for $5 and sell it for $125. Ashley said pick this up for $10 and sell it for $100. Yeah, that's a a good one, a Benji. Angela says I'd pick it up for $1 and sell it for 44. Chrissy and Stacy says I'd pick this up for 4 and sell it for 69. They got you hooked on that 69 too. I didn't see Carol in here yet. I am surprised. Usually she's in here. Speaking of Midnight Madness, with Colleen and them was doing their show this weekend, and when I woke up this morning, it was like 1:27. I got up here. They were still, Colleen and Tracy Kicks was still live this morning. I was like, wow. I had to refresh on my homepage to make sure it was still them on live. All right, I'm not seeing any other guests come in. Let me get to the email for what Glamour says she got this for. Let's see. This was, it was free. A friend of hers passed away, and she asked if she wanted it, so she got it. Let's see. Included this in just 1 week. All right, so she got it listed and took 1 week to sell. And it sold for $40. Turned free into $40 every day, any day. Nice little flip. All right, now we're going to go on over to Cheryl. Sent in some items. Cheryl Bajan Jim is in the chat. This first item from okay, what's going on here? There we go. All right, the first item from Cheryl is Twilight the Game. This is the Twilight the Movie board game collectible from 2009. 2009. New sealed. It does have a tear in the plastic, but it is still wrapped. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? My friend's older aunt passed away and she gave me a box of clothing from the 70s. That is awesome, Glamours. Oh boy, I've had trouble getting that home without getting it dirty. Yeah, right. She said I would leave it. Claudette says pick this up for 3 and sell it for 18. Yeah, I always get paranoid with white clothing. Glamour says pick this up for $3 and sell it for 25. Miss Denise says I'd pick it up for $1 and sell it for 25. Robert says I would leave it, and Little Debbie says I would pass on this. I have picked these up before in the past, and I've sold them. So yeah, they do sell pretty good sometimes. If anyone feels so kind to buy me a milkshake to help. Oh, that's for Jennifer. I just realized what it was. Okay. Regina says, pick this up for 3 and sell it for 20. Ashley says, I have it, buy it for 5 and sell it for $27.99. Love, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? All right, Love says that she would pay 4 and sell it for 40. Where did he go? Wow, that chat flew on me. Angela says I would pass. All right, I'm not seeing anyone else coming in with a guest. Cheryl picked this up at the Salvation Army for $4. It did take 1.5 years to sell, but she did sell it for, that says 22. You know what? That's not your store. Why did the link you sent me did not go to your store? I wonder why. That's interesting. That's not your store. Or is it? That's the link it came up with, but she sold it for 22. Why does that say 44? Because that's not her store. So Cheryl, I don't know why that link is coming up when you sent me, but yeah. She did sell it for $22. That's not her listing. I don't know why that link came up. But she did sell it for 22. All right, let's go to the next item from Cheryl. And that will be there we go. All right. Now this is her channel. I know this is her store because I recognize the name. All right. This is Rudolph Misfit Comet Coach Plush Stuff Plush with the whistle in the front. Cute. Got his little whistle around his neck. Them eyes. All right, so would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? And Mona says, I would buy it for my brother. He's cute. Let's see. Does it have a year on it? It is a small 6 to 14-inch plush from 1999. The year from 1999. All right, Claudette says she'd pick it up for 2 and sell it for 15. Regina says I'd pick it up for 2 and sell it for 25. I didn't know they made that one. What a great gift for a favorite coach. Yeah, right? Pass, he was mean. Denise says pick it up for $1, sell it for 14. Robert said he would leave it. And Jennifer says she'd pick it up for 2 and sell it for 18. Anyone else? And he was humble at the end. Cheryl says that she picked this up in a lot. She bought 5 plush in a lot for $8 at her local auction in her area. It did take 3 months to sell. Again, she bought 5 plush for $8. And this one sold for $18.99. That definitely put her in the profit on the first one of the 5 of that lot. That's what I like doing, buying them in lots. All right, now we're going to go on to the next one from Cheryl. This is a set of 6 Christmas decor dress drinkware, adjustable snowman coasters. They're 4.5 inches. You basically would put this at the bottom of your glass for your wine glass or something that has a stem on it or just as a coaster. Cute. I've never seen anything like this before. I would definitely pick it up because it's different. It looks like it's got tags with them too. Yep, they sure do. Ah, you slide your drink in it. The bottom of your wine glass. That is very cool. Drinkware is the brand. That is so cool. Attach your coaster to the foot of your glass. That is, I would definitely pick this up because that's definitely different. So this was a set of 6. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Let's see. For you, Ashley. Bammy. All right, Claudette said leave it. Asher said she'd pick this up for 5 and sell it for 24. Miss Denise says pick this up for $1 and sell it for 16. Hello, Scarlett. How are you doing? What you looking at, girl? What you watching? Leave it, but really cute. Yeah, they are cute. Jennifer says she would pass. You're trying to sneak in, girl. You know you can't sneak in here, Scarlett. Hello, good morning, and welcome, by the way. And Love says that she would leave it. Regina says she would leave it. Robert says pick it up for $2 and sell it for $19. You can smell her a mile away, right? Angela says she would pass as well. I would pick it up only because it's different. And it was new with tags. That's mainly what I would pick it up for. Because it is unique. It's different. Oh. I like buying them in lots like you did. All right, let's see. She picked these up. She bought them actually in a lot of 10 for $8 from her local auction broker. And then she turned them into a lot of 6 and a lot of 4. She only listed the lot of 6, and it only took 2.5 months to sell. So her whole lot cost her $8. She put this in a lot of 6 and sold it for $26. Not bad. That's a pretty good deal. And again, if you would like to be part of the shows, don't forget to send me your links before Friday before 5 a.m. All right, now we're going to go on to some more items that sold, and these are all things that I sold throughout the different platforms. This first one is a Mickey Mouse. It is 12 inches tall. It's a vintage Mickey Mouse plush from the 90s. Full, bright, colorful, new with tags. You get to see the Disney tag on the ear. Got the big ears, too. Got the little felt. There's the tag. Made exclusively for Disneyland, Disney World. There's the tag. These are from 1990s. Made in Korea. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for. Let's see here. I'm just asking if you're staying warm. 710, hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Robert says pick this up for $2 and sell it for $20. Miss Denise says pick this up for $4 and sell it for $40. Ashley says I'd pick this up for $3 and sell it for $27. Claudette says pick this up for $5.50 and sell it for $58. Where does everyone store their stock? I don't have room for the feathers. I have closets in my basement that I keep my inventory in. That's listed in totes and in categories. Mona says leave it. What does everybody else do? How do you store your inventory? What's the question? Leave it. Mickey Mouse doesn't sell for me. Really? Why not? 6. Unlisted is all over. Yep. That's true. That's their number. You're right about that. Well, this one I picked up on a online auction from Dawn and Mary. I bought it as a lot of plush from Dawn and Mary. My cost was $2.06. Hello, Gate Smasher. Hello, good morning and welcome, and how are you doing? Good to see you. My cost again was $2.06 from Dawn and Mary's auction in a lot, and I did sell it for $23. I did take an offer. Let him have it with no problem. All right. I haven't seen Ella in here yet today either. All right. The next item up to show, also sold on Poshmark. This is a Curio brown leather messenger bag briefcase laptop bag. This was brand new. I did take it out of the original bag because it was all torn up. So I put it in a newer bag, and it was brand new. The strong smell of leather was so good. I loved it. But anyhow, this was brand new. I did take it out of the bag because the bag was a little rough to put it in a newer one. It was never used. It still had the wrap around the buckles, the handles, the inside, the strap. The inside had this green corduroy. Everything was still wrapped. It still had the paperwork on how to take care of it. It had side pockets, back zipper, a buckle for the latch. The back, that's the bottom. The paperwork on how to take care of it. There's the stickers that came from Amazon. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Let's see here. Ashley says, pick this up for $10 and sell it for $100. Claudette says, pick it up for $12 and sell it for $124. That's a nice one. Yeah, it was nice. Buy it for $10 and sell it for $60, but would probably keep it. That's what Mona says. Miss Denise says she'd pick it up for $5 and sell it for $165. Robert said pick it up for $5 and he would sell it for $30. You too. Enjoy that gator tails. Regina says pick it up for $10 and sell it for $55. Angela says pick it up for $7 and sell it for $75. And Jennifer says pick it up for $5 and sell it for $55. Gate Smasher says pick it up for $10 and sell it for $80. And Scholar says, ooh, that's nice. This one I picked up from Ella online YouTube auction for $15. Now I did take an offer. It took about 6 months to sell. But again, I only paid $15 for it from Ella on a YouTube auction. And I took an offer for and sold it for $60. The original MSR was $250. That was what the price sticker was. But I took an offer of $60. I let him have it with no problem. Yeah. All right. Well, now we're going to move on to the next item. This is a vintage Florenza gold tone metal blue rhinestone clear crystal brooch. The size was 2 3/4 inches long. Show you the pictures. I do really well with this brand. I'll show you all the pictures. They were prong set on the main one, the main stone in the center. Everything else was paved. There's the tag, the name. There's the brand. Had some wear on the back. Make sure to get a close-up of that. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you pay for it and how much you think it's sold for. I've got a bunch of leather bags. Get them listed. Get them done. People are buying them. Robert says, leave it for Johnny. Robert, I'm surprised you don't recognize this one. I used to wear it. Claudette says, pick it up for $8 and sell it for $72. I used to wear it on the Mardi Gras balls, on my tuxedo lapel. Anyone else? Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it's sold for? Miss Denise says that she would pick this up for $1 and sell it for $25. Joanne, hello, good morning and welcome. And how are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. All right, Mona, don't work too hard and stay warm. This was part of my own personal collection. I've had it for years. Let's see. Regina says pick it up for, where is it? All right, where it went? Oh, right here. Pick it up for 10 and sell it for 95. Jennifer says pick it up for $1 and sell it for 30. I picked this up for $5 back in at an estate sale. But again, it was my own personal that I had and used and wore. Gate Smasher, pick it up for 2 and sell it for 75. But I did pay $5 for it, but it's been my own personal collection, so I'm getting it, listed and sold. So anywho, I did sell this one for $84.65. And yes, I did take an offer. $84.65, and that did take an offer. I had it listed for more than that, which I was fine with. I let him have it with no problem. I do really well with that brand. Yeah, that was a nice sale. All right, this next one, Miss Denise, you might recognize this one. This is a vintage 1970s. The brand is Roman. Their tiger eye heart pendant necklace with pierced earring set. I got the set of earrings and pendant. Love says, Johnny, I have one like that. Really? Awesome. The one I had right before this one, or these that I'm showing now? The tiger eyes or the Florenza brooch? All right, show you the pictures. Robert said, leave it for Johnny. There's another close-up. I did test the stones, and they were tiger eye. There's the close-up. It was that leathery type necklace. There's the back of it. With the earrings. Again, Roman was marked. Most of Roman marks their name on the set of earrings on the set. There's the earrings. There's the back of them. There's the marking. So would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think they sold for? Yes, they do. All right, Robert says, leave it for Johnny again. Claudette says, pick this up for $7 and sell it for $68. How can you test a specific gem testing like tiger's eyes? I have a Presidium. What is it called? Presidium 2. Or you can also, if they're cold, but that's how I test them. But I also have the different gemstones in a kit that I actually compared to as well. Yeah, it's a gem tester number 2. Oh yeah, you can tell by looking at it too. Gate Smasher says, pick it up for 10 and sell it for 70. Tiger eyes, but mine has the pearls. It's Florenza. Yeah, Florenza. Okay. Yeah, you can look at it. You can tell. I guess Miss Denise doesn't recognize these. I picked this up from Josie's place. She showed these on an auction, and nobody bought them, but I did. I picked them up from Miss Josie. I paid $7. She asked 7, and I paid 7. $7 for the set. And I did take an offer, but I let him have it with no problem because it only took 2 weeks to sell. I had it listed for $39.25, and I took an offer for $35. It's a device that you have to use. This I can't because it's plugged in way over there. Look up Presidium. Yeah, I got that from Miss Josie for 7, and I sold it for 35. I did take an offer. They sent me the offer, and I accepted. All right, the next item sold on Poshmark. Now this one, y'all have seen this one before because I showed it before, but I listed it. This is the vintage snowflake clear rhinestone gold tone brooch. All the crystals, all the rhinestones were prong set. They were all prong set. There were no maker mark. There was no maker's mark on it. So would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would you do? How much would you pay for it? And how much you think it sold for? Thank you, Miss Denise. Another one, leaf for Johnny. I'm measuring how quickly a gym produces heat over electricity. Heat or electricity. Let's see. Ms. Denise says, pick this up for 3 and sell it for 18. Love says, pick this up for 3 and sell it for 25. I don't mess around with snow. Angela says, pick this up for 4 and sell it for 44. I Googled how it works. I'm not that smart. Regina says, pick this up for $1 and sell it for 20. Only don't sell. Yeah, stay away from that yellow one. Being close attention because I have a couple of those. All right, y'all ready for this one? Miss Denise. Again, you might recognize this one. I picked this up from Miss Josie. She was selling a jewelry lot. For the whole lot, I paid $10 for the lot. So each item costed me, I paid $1.43 for this brooch. Josie sold it as a lot. I paid $10 for the lot. My cost on this one piece was $1.43, and I did buy it from Miss Josie's place. And it sold with an offer from a watcher. They sent me the offer, and I accepted it because it was only from a few dollars off. I think it was like $5 minus, something like that. And I sold it for, on Poshmark, $49 is the offer I accepted, and I took it. I let him have it with no problem. I paid $1.42 for it. Keep an eye. When I buy a lot, I usually see one piece that's going to put me completely in the profit with everything else that's in that lot. That's how I usually buy a lot. Yes, Miss Denise, and that came from Miss Josie's place in a jewelry lot. All right. The next item took a long time to sell, but that's okay because it's out of here. This is, of course, a Vera Bradley quilted makeup travel bag. It was a very small one, like your typical travel bag for cosmetics. And this is one of the first ones I listed on Poshmark. As you can tell, the pictures are nasty. They're out of focus or they're blurry. I didn't clean my camera off. Rookie first listing. And I've been on Poshmark for 3 years. Okay, so that was one of the first listings I ever put on Poshmark. Just to give you an idea how long that took to sell. Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you pay for it and how much you think it sold for? Ms. Denise says I would pass. And I did take an offer on this one because I had it for quite a while. It took 3 years to sell. And again, I had some crappy pictures. All right, Gate Smasher, stay warm. Jennifer also says pass. Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it's sold for. I don't mean this to be rude, but if you're buying it so little and reselling it for so much, does that mean originally really had no idea of its true value? I don't know. If somebody's going, as long, I don't know, but everybody has their prices. If they're making a profit, just like with the stuff I sell. If somebody else buys it from me and they make a profit, at least I'm happy because I made my profit and they make their profit. So it's not necessarily to say they have no idea what they have. It's just a matter of looking at what people are selling things for. They might be making their profit on that item. You never know. Because I'm sure they're not going to sell it that low without knowing what they're got. And they're making place for other stuff. That's right. That is why you source before listing. Yep. That is true. Well, this item I got for free. Somebody sent it to me in a care package just to say, here, have it. They didn't want it, so they gave it to me for free in a care package. So yes, for me, it was free. And it took 3 years to sell. I did take an offer, but it sold for $28. I take all purses and bags and put them in a tote. It's out of the way. So why not? All right. We're going to go on to another item from Poshmark. This is a vintage 1940s celluloid calla lily carved flower brooch, cream white color, 4 inches. Again, I couldn't get it all that clean in the little grooves, so I left it as is. It's made out of celluloid. Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it's sold for. And how are you doing today, Tina? Good to see you. Welcome. Wowzer is right. Sometimes Jay, often sellers buy a lot, seem lucky and people. Yeah. Ms. Denise says, picking up for $1, sell it for 24. It's all yours, Johnny. Let's see. Someone serious in finding real treasures and making a big profit, and others are happy to see rid of things. And I just buy because, again, if I know I can make money on one item and buy the rest, yeah, I'll do it. Apparently, in the info, just trying to learn how to, folks, to do stuff since I'm not selling. I understand, Jay. Yeah, that's okay. Everybody has their prices, and again, if they're making profit and you're making a profit, everybody wins. It's a win-win. Yeah. This one I picked up on a private buy from someone off of YouTube. They were trying to get rid of their inventory. So my cost for the whole lot of everything I purchased was $5.20 per piece. My cost is $5.20. And this one I did take an offer because it was sitting there for a little while. I'd say a little while, about 3 months. And it sold for $29. Sold it for $29. All right, this next item coming up. I have these out of order. Yep, I sure do. All right, this is known as, it's called My Saint, My Hero, Virgin Mary Druzy Crown Pendant Necklace Set. And on the back of it, it's marked My Saint, My Hero, Virgin Mary. It's got the little hang tag in the back. It was kind of hard to get a good, there it is. That's the logo for their jewelry. There's the druzy. There's the back of that. That's what that design means. There's their marking. There's their tag. It's kind of hard. It says May Saint. My saint, my hero, blessed on one side. I got a great review on this one too, by the way. Would you buy it or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it might have sold for. All right, let's see. Where was I at? All right. Jay, you're allowed to. Yeah, you got. Yeah, we want you to ask questions. Yeah. Regina says pick it up for 3 and sell it for 45. Robert says take it away, Johnny. Yeah, we want you to ask those questions if you're not sure. That's okay. Miss Denise says pick it up for 4 and sell it for 55, especially if you're not used to why we buy from each other sometimes. Yeah. And that's what I want. I want y'all to go ahead and ask those questions. You won't know until you ask. Yeah, you want to know. That's true. And that's what we're here for. We want you to ask those questions. That is so true too, Stephanie. Stephanie, we love our buyers. Follow them, run. All right, so this one I picked up. I don't know if y'all remember Danny Mae. Angela says pick it up for $1.50 and sell it for $32. Danny Mae's Adventures was doing an auction a while back where she was doing stuff for making sales for her to raise money for her wedding. She got married, so she was trying to raise money for her wedding. And I just saw Tina come in with pick it up for $5 and sell it for turn it into $30. Harry Humstone, how are you doing? Hope you had a great birthday. We didn't get to see you for your birthday, but I hope you had a great birthday. I know it's been a little while, so yeah. Well, this one I picked up from Danny Mae's Adventures. It was a lot that I bought from her for supporting her for raising money for her wedding. My cost was 87 cents. I paid 87 cents out of the lot of everything I picked up. And it helped her for her wedding. And I sold it for $46. I did take an offer. Again, my cost was 87 cents. And I took an offer for $46. All right, this next item is a retail arbitrage item. This is a ceramic, solely 250-watt personal electric ceramic space heater and art for your desktop. One thing good about this, it had a tip over switch where it turns off immediately if it tilts over. It has an overheating safety fuse on it. And it even has a power light indicator. This was in black. This was the last one I had in black. I think I have 2 left in white. I enjoy it. I love it whenever anybody asks for questions about that. That's a great thing. I want y'all to ask questions. Miss Denise says pick this up for 6 and sell it for 25. Robert says pick this up for 2 and sell it for 10. Can't stay. I am at work. Next year I'll be hanging out because I will be retired. What? Well, congratulations. Looking forward to seeing when that happens for you. Well deserved. Well, this one, like I said, I have 2 more left in white, but this is the last one I had in black. I picked these up at really on retail arbitrage on clearance at Wally World for $5. Picked it up at Wally World for $5, and I sold it for $19.25. All right. This next item is a brooch. This is a vintage 925. Yes, it was sterling silver, blue topaz with marcasite fish arrow pendant brooch. There was the marcasites on there as well. The middle stone is and was blue topaz. All right, there's the backing. It is marked and tested 925. It's got the initials. And on the back of this part, there's a bail that you can wear for a pendant. It was underneath the back side of this. Gorgeous. Bread and butter. Okay. Ms. Denise says, pick this up for $8 and sell it for $65. Jenna says, I didn't realize it was a fish at first. Yeah, it's on both sides. TZ, hello, good morning, and welcome. Robert says, another one for Johnny. Regina says, pick this up for $2 and sell it for $45. I probably could have even put the Zodiac sign in the title, but I didn't. But it's all good because it's sold. Anyone else would like to take a guess? Would you buy this or would you leave it? If you were to buy it, what would be the most you'd pay for it and how much you think it's sold for? Yep, blue topaz heart. Any other guess? I picked this up at an estate sale. It was in a Ziploc bag full of jewelry. My cost per piece in that Ziploc bag full of jewelry came out to 48 cents. The cost for the Ziploc bag per piece came out to 48 cents for that Ziploc bag full of jewelry. Yes, this was in that bag. And it sold with an offer to a watcher and sold it for $68.25. Yeah. Nice is right. And that's sold on eBay. All right, let me stop sharing. Change it back to that. That was a great pickup. Yep, and it was in a jewelry lot at an estate sale. That's another thing. If I find one of those pieces in there, that I'm gonna pick it up. I ain't leaving it. It's coming home. Yeah. I love buying lots of stuff like that. That's where a lot of the profits are going to come in at when you do them in a lot. Why am I pixelated? I think it changed. Did it stop? Yeah, okay, though. Let me do this. There we go. All right, now we're back. So that concludes today's Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? Remember, we do this every Friday. If you would love, one pays it all. Yeah, exactly. If you would like to be part of the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It for next Friday, you're more than welcome to send me at any given time before 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time next Friday at CajunRootsReseller@gmail.com and send me the links to the items that you sold. And in the email, include, please, where did you buy it? How much did you pay for it? If you took an offer, what was that offer for? And if you're not sure how to send the link, just make sure you send me a screenshot from the platform it's sold on. Let's see here. Sell what you love and love what you sell. It all will show. You right about that. And I love me some jewelry. Bummer. I'm at the end, not I'm at the end crying. Why are you crying? Don't cry. It's okay. We'll be back again next Friday with the Would You Buy It or Would You Leave It? Learn more about shapes and pencil colors using TZ's life stamping and teaching and how I had in school. And again, don't forget to send it in before 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time next Friday. Also, don't forget today at 3 o'clock, I will be with Dawn. What was that? I will be on with Dawn, with Dawn's Deals with Teresa Yarn again today at 3 o'clock as their guest. And don't forget this Sunday, Buffalo Picker has canceled the Defend the Hustle this Sunday, 7:30. And so I'm going to get right in the show because I do have some the people coming in from servicing our furnace today, and they're going to be here between 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I need to make sure I'm off and have them ready to come in when they come in. Also, we're getting the service for our furnace, so I won't be able to stay too late behind the scenes. If you want to do something on my channel, email me. There you go, TZ. So with that being said, like I say before, in each and every show, let me take that banner off. Love always. Love is always free. Please be kind to one another till we meet into another chat. Have a blessed and fabulous day. And until we meet again, later. Peace out, and y'all come back now, you hear? Y'all have a safe and warm weekend.
First in the mornings, originally from the Bayou State of Louisiana. Here at Cajun Roots Reseller, you make me an offer and I'll take it. You got the dollars, go see Johnny, he's got it all.